A very good evening, students. We'll start Core India Code Day 2 for grade 1 to 5 at 5 p.m. sharp. Please be there and have fun.
Good morning. Good evening.
Zoom meeting हो रहा है Zoom meeting
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the session again. I hope you enjoyed the yesterday's session and welcome to day 2 of Code India Code. I hope you are excited again today to learn new things. Can somebody put in the chat window what was one good thing you learned yesterday and you like that? Can somebody put in the chat window what was one thing you liked and that you learned yesterday? Scratch. Okay. Okay. So somebody sending emojis. Did I teach you to make emojis yesterday? I don't think so. Okay. So you all liked Scratch, what we did yesterday, conversation between the sprites. Okay, that's great. That's absolutely great. Writing by yourself for a sprite. Excellent. It means people were not sleeping in yesterday's session and they were understanding everything. Right? So today I'm going to first half an hour, I'm going to show you some of the more good extensions of Scratch, where you can use a Scratch to make some of the AI enabled applications. So I am putting that in the chat window. Just 1 minute. I'll share my screen and show it right away to you. So let's go to Scratch. I'll open the offline version, but it's better. So I'll get some speed. Now here comes my Scratch interface. So as I told you, some of the blocks in Scratch are basic blocks. And then you have some extensions. So we are going to work on some of more good extensions over here. So you have this extension over here, and we have video sensing extensions, microbits, Lego, translate, music. So there are multiple extensions. I had showed you pen yesterday, and I had showed you even text to speech, if I remember. I am going to show you translate today, and I'm also going to show you music today and video sensing also. So there's the first one. Let's start with video sensing. So when I clicked on this video sensing, it says when video. So there are 2, 3, when video motion is there, set video transparency. So you can use video sensing, this one. So for example, I'm saying this one. So I'm bringing this first, the control flag. I'll turn off my video on Zoom so that I can use the video sensor here. So once my sprite is clicked and I go to video sensing extensions and I say that turn video on, so it would turn on my video, and then it would say set transparency. I can set the transparency to certain level. So let me first show you this much, right? So when I run this flag, now see, it says turn video on. So I have to give permission. So I have switched it off here, and I have to give Scratch app the permission to turn my video on. Okay, let me just try. Otherwise, I'll set the permission and come back to this example in a while. Meanwhile, I'll show you the other extension. Okay, I'll set my camera permission. I'll come back to this extension. Meanwhile, I'll show you something else. Okay, let me go to more extensions. I'll show you other extension and come back to this one because I think I need to enable my camera permissions. So I'll go to this translate one. So for example, let's say you have a sprite that is saying something in English, and you want your sprite to say the same thing in French. How many of you know what to say namaste in French or good morning in French? Do you know? Anybody studies? Ithan, you can type in the chat window. What do you say namaste in French? Bonjour or something else? Yes, I can't pronounce it correctly. Let's see whether our sprite knows it or not. So we have the translator extension. So I'm going to first go to looks, and I'm going to say So I'm just leaving these video blocks aside. So I'm saying say, and I want my sprite to say hello in French. And I want to translate this one to French. We have multiple languages over there. To your rescue, you would find many languages, Japanese, Russian. So let me go to French. And I'm saying say it for 3 seconds or 4 seconds. Now see if I run it. It's saying bonjour, right? We made it say hello, but it's saying bonjour because we have used a translator. So you can always set your languages also. So you have a translator extension. So if suppose you are making a storyline that there were two friends, one was Japanese and one was one used to live in Japan, one used to live in France, and you want to show a conversation between both of them, and you want the captions to come in their languages. So you can always use the translator extension, which is available here. Now, let's go to more extensions. There is something called microbit. So basically, your microbit extension works with make code, right? So I'll just, it needs a Scratch link installed, and you have to have your Bluetooth installed. But for that, you need a microbit. So I'm showing you how to use microbit and make code on the make code simulator. So let me open another. So we have some drawing lovers in this room. Let me disable annotation for them. If you love drawing so much, get yourself a drawing book and start to draw. Who is stopping you? Why you want to draw on screen? Let me clear the annotations. Okay, let's move ahead. So I am showing you now another platform, which is called Make Code. So let me click on the web browser. So Make Code is a platform which is used for coding the microbits, and we can even code it in Scratch. We just need to install the extension and activate our Bluetooth. So this is Make Code. Now we would go to Make Code Arcade. We can write even programs for microbits. So I would show you this also, and I would show you this also. Let me just go to arcade.makecode.com. I'm putting this link in the chat window. So I would request somebody to post it on the YouTube stream also. So this is arcade.makecode.com. Now, if you see this platform, it has, if I click on new projects, so if I click here new project and I give it a name like say demo, it also has a Scratch like blocks here. So for example, this is the simulator, game simulator. Whatever you will create here, that all information you can test your game on the simulator. So you have these up, left, right arrow buttons. You have A and B buttons. You can see the game menu. So I'm going to show you how you start designing. So let's say, first of all, every game should have a environment. So I'll click on, scene, and I say set background image to. So I bring it here and then I click on image. Now let me choose a background image. So I can either choose the image from the gallery or I can make my own. So let's say I'm liking this kind of environment. And then I say, I can, zoom in and edit it also. Suppose I like a background, but I want to edit it. So I want to make my own patterns into it. So I can even edit my environment. And once I'm done, I can click on done. So I have set up a background image. If I want to see, and so it is, I can see it on the simulator. Now this is coming here. You would realize some of the backgrounds are common between Make Code and even Scratch. So you could see the similarity between the two platforms. However, that is by MIT. The Scratch is by MIT and Make Code Arcade is by Microsoft. Now suppose I want to set a sprite. So I would take a sprite here and I would select who is going to be my sprite by clicking here. So once I click here, either I can draw my own sprite or I can take from the gallery. So gallery has a lot of sprites. Since it's a 2D game, the sprites are in bitmaps and in 2D. So let me just take this as my sprite. So this is my sprite and I say done. So this would look like this. And I want my sprite to have a specific position. So by default, it comes in the center of the screen, but if I want, I can set its position. So I go to sprites and I say that set sprite position to, I can bring the position here and I can set it. Where do I want it? So I can, change it. So this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Suppose I want my sprite to be here. It should start from here. So I can set it x and y position. Now I can see on my emulator, how does it feel? So it feels here. In the beginning, the sprite is here towards the left, right? Now I want my sprite to jump or do something in the game environment. So we can go to sprite and then you have these options which says that change sprite position, x position to some by some angle and y position by some value. And if you want it to go 10 times, 12 times, you can bring repeat loop here like you would do in Scratch, and then you can give a value. So for example, if I want my sprite to change its position by, let me say, -10, and let me see if it comes backside, or I'll see where I have what by, so it is going out of the screen. So let me just make it +10 so that it doesn't go out of the screen. So I'll just start from here. So it started from here and then it came in the middle of the screen. So I'll stop and play again. So this starts from there, from the beginning, and then it comes here. Now, every time it comes here, you want to make, do some music so that it is moving. So I'll say play sound, this. So first it will move, it will play. Then it will move, it will play, so that it is moving. Right? If I make this 4 times to 10 times, and I say this, now, if suppose this 10 would have been 15 or 20, then first we play, then it will move, it will play, so that it is moving. Right? If I make this 4 times to, I want you all to keep yourself in mute, please. Okay. Now let's see this. Now my sprite is going out of the vision. So I want that whenever the sprite goes out of the screen should scroll and we should be able to see where it is going. So you have this option called camera follow the sprite. So I am just looking for that option. So this is here. You can always have the camera follow the sprite so that it is never out of vision. You would always see the sprite. So I'll go to, I'm just finding that block. Give me 1 minute. And we would have our sprite. So it should be here only. 1 minute. And we will be able to control. Okay. Just 1 minute, Bacha. Here we go. So it says camera follow the sprite. So if your sprite go out of vision at any point of time, you would find it in the scenes, because we are creating actually a scene, not in the game control. So see it from here. So our camera is following the sprite and sprite wherever it's going. So even if it went out of the screen, camera is actually there. You will never see it out of vision. See, if the camera was not here, if you play it, after 7-8 moves, it will go out of the screen and you don't know where it has gone. It will go out of the screen. won't be able to see it. But if we have camera following the sprite, then wherever the sprite would go, the camera would come to the sprite. So camera is always following the sprite. The sprite would never go out of the vision. So let's see it now. So it is this class destination and camera is seeing the sprite. Right now, let's move to another interesting part about it. Like you have the other loops and controllers there in your Scratch software, the same way you have your blocks here. Now, if somebody is very keen to learn other programming languages like Python and JavaScript, you can convert this code quickly in Python by pressing this button, Python. So it would show you how would you write this code in Python, and it would also show you how would you write this code in JavaScript. So you can actually learn 3 languages together. So while you do your coding in blocks, you can actually convert it easily into JavaScript and Python and see how the same code has to be written over there. Now, suppose these are the 2 buttons A and B. So when you have A and B button pressed, then whatever you would like to do, you can define them as well. So suppose I want to define when A button is pressed, then my sprite should jump. So I can go to controllers and I say when A button is pressed, then I want my sprite to jump. So I would go to sprite and I would change its position. So in order to make it move horizontally, like as if it's jumping, I can change its Y coordinate. So I would go to Y coordinates. I would say that sprite, and I would change its Y coordinate. So I would take its Y coordinate and I would change it to 10, let's say. Now I would just play this again. Now this is here. If I press A. So if I press A button, first let it complete the loop. Then I'll press the. So this is here. I'll just press the A button. I'll not press the play. I'll reset and play the A button. So when I'm pressing the A button, it should change my sprite's Y position by, let's take it 30. Sorry. I don't want to play this. I want to play this one. First, let it load on the screen. Okay. So we want to press. Okay. I think I would remove this because it is going in the loop, and I'll play it again then. Now I'll press A button. You see, I change its Y position. So it's going down 30. If I take it minus 30, it would go up. So I'll just change it to minus 30. And now you see, if I come back here and I say up, now it is going up because I'm changing its Y position, right? So every time it go up, then it would touch the edges. It would disappear from here. If I would have made the camera to follow it, camera would follow where it is going out of the screen also. So I can change something on A button. Now suppose I want when the B button is pressed, then sprite should come in the center of the screen. So I say when B button is pressed, then bring the sprite wherever it is. So I would say change the coordinator position of the sprite to, and then I want to take it to the center of the screen. So I would bring it here. Now this is on B button. I want when B button is pressed. So suppose we are running it now. And first I'm pressing A button. So it's haywire. Then I press B button. It would come in the center. So B button would always make it and bring in the center because we have set that position. So we can specify the working of these buttons also. How do they work? Now this kind of coding environment is called Make Code Arcade. You can develop 2D games. I'm showing you one of the games. So there are of codes given on Microsoft Make Code website. If you come on the home page and you see by pressing this home button, and let's say you want to do an hour of code and get yourself a certificate. So you would find many hours of code here. My favorite one is Save the Forest. So I am just searching for Save the Forest R of code activity. You can also find it out. It should be somewhere here, Save the Forest. So I can give you the link in the chat box, and I'll show you how you can quickly uh, you made an hour of code. Thank you. Yes, you can do it in the mobile also. You can type arcade.microsoftmakecode.com and then you can try. Now I can sign in to save my progress. So if you have Microsoft IDs, you can sign in into this platform and you can save your progress. And if you will not save your progress, then make sure you complete all the levels before you close so that you get your certificate and your progress is also saved. So this is suppose an 8-level game or a 6-level game. Every game next level will be unlocked when you complete the previous level. So this is Save the Forest activity was created to bring awareness about, like last year there were many forest fires. So even in Australia there was, in Africa there was forest fire. So they are encouraging people that how to save the forest uh, from the fires and what to do when fire happens, how to immediately call people to rescue with water and all. So the game encourages to do all of that. So if you start this game, let's say you want to start with level 1, I've already done it, but if I want to show you, I'll just restart it quickly and show you. You all can complete it after today's class and you can earn an hour of code certificate for yourself. There are many hour of code which are given here, and all of those, if you complete, you get hour of code certification. So please make sure you do that. At least do this one. This is very nice. So this is on start. It is giving you left panel is giving you step-by-step instruction. You follow those instructions and your next level will open. It says under the scene category. So you go to scene category, set your tile map to. So you drag this block out, set your tile map to, you put it in this container, and then you can, find out. You have to drag it here and you can click on. So see the instruction here. Then you can click on next, and the next says that you go to my assets, and in the asset selects the tile 1. So here you have tiled names. The names of the tile is level 1. It is asking us to choose. We have selected this one. Then we would do done. So a forest is created for us. We can check it in our game simulator. Here is the simulator which is coming. We can go to next. It says take a look at the game window tab above. So here also we can see our simulator. So by above it means this side. And then the next step is you need a hero. So you need a hero. So set my sprite to one kind of sprite player. So we are going to sprite, and then we are saying set my sprite to a kind of sprite player. So we would bring it here on start in the container. We will be using fireplane right sprite. So we will click here and we would go to my assets and we would select fireplane. So I'm just going to see which one is fireplane right. So this is fireplane right and this is fireplane left. So we are going to take fireplane right and say done. Once it is done, you have selected the sprite, then go to next one and then say move my sprite with buttons. So we would go to controllers and we would say that move my sprite with buttons. So the whole idea of telling you is this: you have to just follow the instructions, keep following the instructions. As you follow the instructions, your levels are getting completed. Now you can test it, how it moves around. So what we have done is set your sprite to this and move your sprite with buttons. So I'm going to check it on my simulator. These are my buttons. So if I check my buttons, see with my buttons left, right, my sprite is also moving left, right, up and down. So this is so easy to be done. So we are following the instruction. Children, instead of raising your hand, you can put your questions in the chat window. I would read it from there if you have any doubt, right? So this is how your this sprite is moving. Then click on next one. It says select camera, follow sprite, my sprite. So we would go to scenes and we would say select camera, follow my sprite. So because why we are making camera to follow the sprite? Because once you are in the simulator and somebody is pressing the up button, at one point of time the sprite may go out of vision. Now since the camera is following it, we would be always able to see it which direction it is going. Screen is scrolling with the camera. Niche ja raha, to screen is scrolling. If we would have not had camera following the sprite, then at one point, after one point of time, sprite would have gone out of the vision. So that's the beauty of this following camera. Camera will always be focusing on the sprite. Then next part of it is, once you are finished, click on done and your one level is completed. So my one level is completed. I'll go to my next level. So since I have done some levels already, I have done second level also already. So it says, but I have to restart because I started. Once you come to this level, this is your second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth level. This level would give you your certificates. It says completion, hour of completion certificate by hour of code. Your name would come over here. If you sign in, then your sign in name would come, else it would ask you to put your name. It will give you a blank certificate of this kind, and you can actually fill your name. And this is by Microsoft. So you would get a certification of completion of hour of code. I'm showing you one more level, and then I would want after the class, you complete this level, and in tomorrow's class, we want to see in the chat window the screenshots of your hour of code certification, so that you also feel happy of getting a certificate, and we also feel happy that you learned to use Make Code Arcade and completed one level for yourself. Now, I'm just showing you one more level for others to better understand. It says nearly 4 out of 5 forest flies are started by human. Fires are started by humans. In your game, they'll be started by your code. So jitni bhi jungle mein whatever fires are there, that's due to human error. So we would code to see how the fires come into picture. So we are just starting it. It says repeat 4 times, drag it below on start. So when you want to do something repeatedly, you use a loop. So here I am bringing the repeat 4 times loop here. It comes here, and then I say next. It says create spreading fire on random with image. So we want to create this effect of spreading fire random. Jahan jahan par bhi randomly in our game the fire comes. So we have to choose the image. Keep spreading fire. And we have to select here tree fire. So first we have to select normal tree. So this is normal tree. और जब आग लग जाएगी उसके बाद we want its image to be replaced with this. So wherever you would have fire, that normal tree would get converted to fired tree. So that's what we have coded. Now let's see. If suppose I run it on start. So if I start this, we would have fire at 4 random places. So you see this is one place, but other places would be down. Second, third, I can see where are the fireflies there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times the fire is there, right? So wherever the fire is there, the normal tree changes to the fire tree. That's what we have to code, and we have tried to code here. The next step of the level is, it says that how many fires would start if you change the loop to run 3 times? So, or if you change it to 5 times. So basically, if I change it to 3, I would have 3 trees catching the fire. If I would have changed it to 5, it would have 5 trees catching the fire. Even if I change it to 40, let's say, I would have 40 trees catching the fire. So I can check it in the simulator. There will be many trees catching the fire because now I have made the count as 40. So you can see everywhere there is fire, right? So you can decide how many fire trees you want. Then the next step is on fire created at location. So when the fire is created at location, we want water bodies to come. So this is another part ki ab aag lag chuki hai, and then what do you want to do? We want on fire created at location, and it says create, put it into an empty space in your game. That's what we have done. On fire created. Now you say that start spray effect at the location. So you want the spray effect to come at the location. Jahan aag lag chuki hai, wahan par you start with the spray effect at the location because we want water spray to come, right? Then the next step is you are there, check out your flames in the game window and click on done ahead to go to the next level. So I'm going here and I'm checking. Dekho, jahan par there is fire, we have a spray effect. It means fire, the ashes of the fire or the flames of the fire are spreading everywhere. So this start spray affected fire location is doing that. If you change it from spray to smiles or to hearts, let's say, now you would see that if I play this, you would see, okay, let it just complete. You would see that hearts are coming out. But fire में से कभी heart नहीं आते हैं. Fire में से you have flies, coming on. So you can have spray. Fire is showing spray. If you want real fire to come out, you can even say start fire at location. So once fire is created at location, you want the fire to, so now see the fire is burning. So this is fire is created. We can create effects like these. So I'm turning it back to spray and then go to the next level. It says finale, you have completed this level, click on done. So I'm done with my 2 levels. Now the 3rd level is opening. So I'm not going to do the 3rd level in the interest of time because we want to teach you many more things. And this is, I want you to practice this today, make code arcade and complete the save the forest hour of code. And in tomorrow's class, we want to see everybody sharing their certificate in the chat window and complete this particular. So I have got the levels unlocked. I'm showing you how I got the level. Thank you for asking the question. I will be on home screen. Once you are on home screen, I was searching, doing the activity, save the forest. So there are many skill maps given. I did this one, save the forest. So, and I gave you its link in the chat window. So once you get a link, which course you have to do, select the course. So this hour of code we wanted you to do. I am sharing the link once again. In order to go to the home screen of Make Code Arcade, you have this button called Home. So once you press the home button, you are always on the home screen, right? And then you can go to the course that you want to do, and then you can complete the course. So once you have completed the course, so you would unveil your certificate here at this level. And I'm saying that today you all can complete, and tomorrow when we begin the class, I want you all to share your certificates in the chat window. This is about Make Code. Let me see if there is any query related to Make Code. How to put a screenshot in the chat. So suppose this is my screen, let's say. What I'm going to do is I am going to take a screenshot here. So I have taken a screenshot, Windows G or whatever key you can use. And then you go to chat window and you press Control V. So, okay, if it doesn't work in Zoom, then you can save it as an image file. Go to Paintbrush. And in Paint, you can paste it and save it as an image file. Then you can actually, so suppose if this was my certificate, I can save it as an image. I can write it as certificate. So I'm just writing it here, save it. And then when in the chat window, I can attach it as a folder. If it is not, you do not have as a participant an option to attach a file, then in that case, I can give you a link to upload your certificate. But I think we have access. So like I am doing to this PNG. So you can attach that certificate file and send it in the chat window. Like it has come now for me. So same way you can also do. Moving to the next step. If you want to save your progress, that how many levels you have created, you can sign in. If people will not sign in and directly come to makecode.arcade, in that case, suppose you have gone to certain levels and you have made some progress. So that will not be saved. You will play just for the sake of playing, but your progress will not be saved that you have done so many hour of code, so many levels. So in order to save your progress, it's better you always sign in. Another interesting aspect that we were showing you was of microbit. So what is microbit? Abhi, since many schools are become online and many children, earlier, Make Code was a piece of hardware. It was like a chip you would do its coding in Make Code Arcade, and then you will buy microbits, you will run the code, connect the chip to the device computer. So see, this is shown in the diagram here. You would have a BBC microbit. So if you want for yourself at home, you can purchase it. So I'll just show you this video, and you can put the wire inside, do the coding using Make Code Arcade, and your microbit would work. So for example, if you want to make an LED, if you want to make a circuit, just see the video, then we will discuss more about it.
It's really simple to get started with the BBC microbit. You just need a microbit, a micro USB cable, and a computer. The microbit is a piece of hardware, a tiny pocket-sized computer. To make it work, you have to tell it what to do by writing a computer program. Programs are called software. The micro USB cable is used to transfer the program onto the microbit. Let's have a look at it. On one side of the microbit, you will see 25 LEDs arranged as a square to make a simple display. There are also two input buttons, button A and button B. On the other side, you will see a reset button and a small socket to plug in a battery pack. We explore the processor and other features in further videos in this series. So the microbit can only do what you tell it to do. So the first thing you need to do is write a program. You can use different programming languages to do this. For example, MakeCode, which works as a block and text editor, or the Python text-based editor. For beginners, MakeCode is a good place to start. We've selected some simple projects to help you. Choose one to get started. The latest version of the microbit has some exciting new features. The microphone adds a sound. The special LED on the front of the microbit lights up to show you when
BBC mic.
add sound as output to your project. On the front of the microbit, its logo is now gold. This new capacitive touch sensor is an input that helps you interact with your microbit in even more exciting ways. And now you can turn the new microbit off by holding your finger down on the reset button on the back, and you can wake it up by pressing it again.
Now, children, if you do not have a microbit, there is no need to worry. You have the simulator of microbit here. So for example, if you have, you want to check your program, how it goes. Now, suppose I go to new project and I name it as, okay, first, before I make my own project, let me show you a tutorial. So for example, you'll just see this flashing heart one. And I say that play lesson, see how easy it is to be done. So I'm just playing the video, then I'll also make one for you.
So I've got my essay written and I've been working on it for about a week. So now I'm going to show you how I use Grammarly to edit. Okay, so here's all right.
So I'm not going to play this much long video for you. I'm just showing you
This big block into the forever loop.
So they are going to bring the loop. Inside the loop, they are going to bring the LED and they are making this one on and off. So let's start doing it together. Then it will be fun to do it. So we will do it in microbit together. We will start with the tutorial here. Instead of the lesson, let's do it quickly. And it says that learn how to use the LEDs to make a flashing heart. So it's showing you that from the basic blocks, you need to bring in. So you go to the basic blocks, show LED, take the show LED blocks and put it in the forever one. So we would drag it in forever one. And then what are we going to do? We are going to make some of the LEDs, say if I click on any button, that would be off. So I want to make the things off in the shape of a heart because we are making a heart. So a heart looks like, so suppose I take it like this and I turn this off and make this on. So this is I have put in the shape of heart. Now if I want to play it, so this is playing. So I'm showing the LEDs here. So for example, you want to do this forever. And then it says draw a heart. Now, next part of the tutorial says show LED block. So you can show up the LEDs and then you can look at the microbit. It is happening. You can download this code and then you can transfer it to your code. On a microbit, you can watch it or get your microbit connected through a cable and you will have your microbit doing this for you. Now, suppose you want that first it is showing these LEDs, right? And then if you want it to change also, so for example, I forgot to put this one and I want to put it later on, or I want to make a filled heart. So even after making, I can do my modifications and I can see the output here, right? So this is one of the basic code. When you will make it here, you can test it on your microbit. Same way, there are many projects here. So if you don't have a physical, microbit, you can still make a. So once we are done with this tutorial, so I'll just come out of the mode. So you see, these are your commands. Now, for example, you want to, when we were doing this, these were just, I was just seeing this block, but then there are many blocks over here. So if, for example, if you want something else to be done, so you see you have here brightness block, LED enable disable block, stop animation block, you have here radio blocks. So for example, you want to do something related to this particular category, or if you have input blocks. So if, for example, when A button is pressed, then you want the LED's color to change. So you can have A button press, and then if you want something to do with the LEDs, that something else should come on the LEDs, not the heart. So on A button, let's see, I want this kind of pattern, not starting from here. So I want when somebody presses A cross should come. So I can make another type of pattern here instead of heart. Now when you're playing it, this is coming this one, but if I press A, so this is my A switch. When I press A, this is change, right? So every time I'm pressing A, it is changing from basic to this one. Similarly, you can decide about on button B also. So let's say I say that when button B is pressed, so I go to input button and we have B button. So when button B is pressed, I'll drag out this one and change it to B. Sorry, we can even press A and B together, but I'm doing the B one. So we are saying when B1 is pressed, then we want our basic LEDs to show up, and we also want the music to go along with it. So we can play a music one beat at a time, and we can have this one, this kind of pattern to go up. So I'll just play this one. Let me just fix this one and play it. So I would just stop it and play once again. Just give me 1 minute. My screen is giving little glitch, so I will just refresh it. So if I press A button, so the code looks like it got hanged. I will just restart it. I hope you have got the idea how to do it, right? So I press the B button now and you heard the noise. And if I press A button, I'm just trying. I think it's now with A, it is changing. When I'm pressing A, it is changing. When I'm pressing B, it's changing and giving the music. That's what I done my coding for. So it's super simple to code in MakeCode and connect it with microbit. If you can afford and you like to purchase the physical microbit, it doesn't cost much. Earlier when they launched it, it was a hardware for 1,000+ rupees, but now it's very reasonable price. So if there is anybody who would like to, you can place it order on Amazon and get one for yourself. But otherwise, if you want to check the output of an LED, you can actually, check the output on the simulator as we just saw. So there are many such projects which you can do using Make Code. There are live coding examples which are good for children 3 and above. You can have these circuits made. You can have the sensor based application. So you can have small lights which will turn off if there is darkness outside. You can connect your microbit to batteries and do more things. So there are many games that you can design. So you would find a lot of games and coding examples here. And I would like you to explore this platform by yourself now and come back tomorrow and share with us the ideas that you got from here. Request everybody to keep yourself in mute. I'm muting you, Vicha. Ashita, if you have any doubt, please put it in the chat window. I saw your hand raised. Any other doubt if you have? Okay, let me see if there are any messages. Okay, let's move ahead and let me show you some more interesting things, children. So this is, we were doing all of this in Make Code. Now I want to show you something more exciting and fun. If you want to make your, so first let's do a quick recap so that you don't forget. In Scratch, I told you to check the translator extension. And then we came to Microsoft Make Code, and I told you to complete the R of code on Save the Forest. Then I told you about microbit, and I told you that you can make your own code and you can use simulations, microbit simulation. So Ashita, I was showing the microbit last. If you want, I can show it one more time if you did not understand better. So you just have to write Make Code Microsoft. So when you go to this platform, you have the opportunity to use Arcade, Microbit, or Minecraft. So today I have shown you Arcade and Microbit. So I was telling that. So this is the URL for Microbit. I can put this one also in the chat window. So you can copy this URL and paste it on your computer. And Minecraft also I would take better, but I'll do it tomorrow. We will show you coding in Minecraft. The problem is with Minecraft, people need to have the Microsoft IDs. So it's better today you make your Microsoft IDs so that we can show you Minecraft tomorrow. You need an Outlook ID or Office 365 ID for Minecraft. Now, on this, I was showing that you can create a new project. So for example, I'm repeating the demo once again quickly for Ashwita to understand. So let's say you have these LEDs and you have these different blocks. So if, for example, you want to take out this LED and you want that when your game runs, it should automatically show some lights. So, and you want them to go in a pattern. So let's say we want you turn these on and you would see when you run this program, the LED is showing this, but we want when A button is pressed, then the pattern should change. So we are going to go to the game controls inputs, and we are saying when A button is pressed, then we want the input to change. Then we want the LEDs to change. So here I am saying when input A is pressed, it should show this kind of light. And when B is pressed, so I'm taking B also. So when button B is pressed, because there are two inputs always. So when B is pressed, then I want from the basics, this kind of pattern should come. And when A and B are both pressed together, then some music should come, let's say. So we go to input and we are saying when A and B both are pressed, then we want to play the music. And let me play this music here. Now let me play this one. So this is going on. When you are pressing A, pattern is changing. When you are pressing B, pattern is changing. When you are pressing both together, so I'm trying to press both together. Okay. Actually, you have to hit them together exactly. So let me put this melody with B so that you can understand, because I'm unable to hit both the buttons together. So if it's with B, you see, there is the melody sound must come. And we will increase the tempo so that it can be heard. Let's increase the tempo. Now I would run it. I'll press B. Let me just play the melody. So I have set this melody and now I'm pressing B. I'm again pressing B. So that's how you can make basic programs. It's fun to use make code, arcade and microbit, and you can enjoy doing this thing. Now children, before you come to tomorrow's class, I want you to do one thing. I want you to print this. So I'm showing you something. You have to print this on a A4 size sheet and come to tomorrow's class and make a cube out of it. So you write here, merge cube printables. So if you have a printer or you can arrange, it will be very nice. Just take one printout. You write merge cube printable sheets A4. I'll give you the link just now. And go to images, A4, sorry. A4 size means A4 size, one full page size image. So if you print this image, which is this one, this is nice. This is one full page. So let me give you the link of this very image only. Oh, there is an error. Let us go back. So I'll right click and let me see if I can get any other image of merge cube. Okay. So you take the printout of these sheets. This is with instruction, more better. So you cut them and then, so I'll just give you the image link in the chat window. Just 1 minute. So I'm putting the link in the chat window. What you can do is you can print this image and then you can make a cube out of it. And tomorrow I'll show you how to use this cube to create magic, right? We will do some magic with technology and I would want you to come tomorrow by getting the sheet printed for yourself. Is this clear, everyone? You write on the cube on Google, merge cube A4 printable sheets, take a black and white sheet, make the cube, usko Fevicol se chipka lena, make a cube out of it, nice cube, and take printout on slightly thicker sheet so that it's not very soggy and you can make a cube. And then we will do some magic with these cubes tomorrow. Now, if you want to learn more of these at a slow pace, like I am teaching you very fast because it's a 4-day camp and we want you to learn many things. But if you want to learn everything, yes, black and white printout only. If you want to learn everything step by step and at your own pace, you can join the summer curiosity camp. Sushmita ma'am has already given the link in the chat window to join the camp. So the camp will be an 18-hour session, which will spread over 9 to 10 days, where you will get certificates for completing a number of assignments. You'll be creating multiple projects. And then if you want to join the camp and you want to avail some discount because you people are special, you have joined the Code India Code Camp, you are getting the discount and ma'am has given the discount code also in the chat window. I would now request ma'am to show you how you can register yourself and then redeem the code to get the discount if you register for summer camp. But I repeating the homework, you have to go to Google and write print the A4 size merge cube sheet. So there will be an A4 size merge cube printable sheet. You just print that sheet and then make a cube out of it, paste its edges together as given in the instruction, make a merge cube out of it, and tomorrow we'll see how that merge cube becomes a magic box, right? Yeah. So just give me 1 minute. I was supposed to tell about video sensing. I will just show that example. I'll give the link of the sensor in the example because some camera setting for my device was not working. So I'm giving you the link You can watch the video and practice that as a homework. I'm sure you will love it. This is very easy to be done. And I am giving the link in the chat window. Please have a look. Just 1 minute. So it's like, if you want to eat.
Camly is an English learning app.
If you want to link, eat, let's say if you want to eat so many
Camly as a
popcorns or something like that, and you want to,
तो आप बहुत तरीकों से सीख सकते हो, बुक से भी सीख सकते हो. Yes.
just a minute.
But
I'm
बात जो
giving
मैं
you
कह
the
रहा हूँ ना,
link.
आपको अच्छी इंग्लिश चाहिए लाइफ में आगे बढ़ने के लिए.
Okay, so I'll just
So today we're going to make a new game.
so what we are going to do is, I'm going to give you the link now. Please make sure you watch this and practice video
So today
sensing
we're going to make a
also.
new game called Grab a Crab. And
So I'm putting the link in the chat window, bacha, for the video sensing one. So you will not pay 4,000 rupees in Summer Curiosity Bootcamp. You have been given a discount code to get the discount. Please use the promo code and the cost fees will be pretty less for you, not 4,000, right? So you can avail the promo code to get the discount. And yes, the summer camp will be during your summer break in the month of April and May, right? Thank you, children. Thank you for joining Code India Code. And I'll see you tomorrow once again with more exciting things. Thank you for joining. It is just 1 month payment, beta. Not every month you have to pay. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. For sensing, I have given the video link since my laptop is giving trouble with giving permission to the camera for sensor. I've given the tutorial link. You can watch it from there and learn this sensing approach in video sensing in Scratch. Please watch the video. And if you have any trouble in understanding, I will explain you tomorrow. By then, I'll set the settings for my device. The summer camp will be this year, not next year, bacha. This year, April and May, right? Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a great evening ahead.